about 70% of our staff show up for that on a regular basis, and the majority of them were returning every time we had an open sit that they could.
Awesome.
So if I had 2 a week, they would be in 1 or 2.
Yeah.
You know, and also on the other side of it, Dan, is people who didn't want to. Like, there were a handful that just flat out, that's a hard no for me. That's a no thank you. Never walked in once. I started actually holding open sit meditations for my internal team. And open sit just meant I'm going to hold a 30-minute meditation practice. If you want to come on in. It's voluntary. If you don't, no love lost. There's nothing held against you. This is a really personal
journey.
So
they would do that on work time. Like,
yeah,
they could
would
just
do that
come
on
in
work
and
time.
be like, all right, well, that's a nice 30-minute break, and that doesn't cost me anything. So even if they did it for maybe not the best reason, they're going to get the nutrients that come with that regardless.
Oh, I love that.
Is that what you're thinking?
Can I use that sometime?
You can use that anytime.
Yeah, I want to use that. They do get the nutrients.
No matter what.
And you're right. I think some people came out of the curiosity of, man, you know, I hear about meditation. I've been wanting to start that. I don't know. I'll come and put my ear in on that. And some people were like, half hour off them. I'm in.
Yeah.
So it was a combination. You're absolutely right about that. And we probably had, of the people who were local physically in our offices at the time, about 70% of our staff show up for that on a regular basis, and the majority of them were returning every time we had an open sit that they could.
Awesome.
So if I had 2 a week, they would be in 1 or 2.
Yeah.
You know, and also on the other side of it, Dan, is people who didn't want to. Like, there were a handful that just flat out, that's a hard no for me. That's a no thank you. Never walked in once.
Yeah.
And I know just from my own path what a personal journey that is. So, you know, whenever somebody says thank you but no thank you, I understand.
Yeah. You know, one of the things I thought, just picking up as you're referencing practice.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about, like, when I started doing martial arts, it's my martial arts practice.
Yeah.
But with a lot of other things, like when you go to the normal gym, they don't call it practice.
Oh, they call it, yeah, it's a workout.
You know, like they don't call CrossFit practice.
Yeah.
And I love
Yeah,
CrossFit. I think it's great.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting. I think you could say there was a yoga practice, there's a martial arts practice, there's a meditation practice.
Yes.
And I think that thing that word does for me, and this making this about me for a second, is that's what martial arts is you just practicing.
Yeah.
So we have these certain things that Sensei taught us. One of them is practice exactly the way you want to perform. So you don't do that on the first day. Yeah. You know, you do that over the course of, you know, now for you, X amount of years. For me, I know my meditation practice links directly to the first day that my sensei told me about to meditate. Like, I didn't know I was going to get that when I walked into martial arts class.
Yeah.
And before we started the very first martial arts class, he said, all right, sit in attention, spine straight, nowhere more important to be, nothing more important than needs to be done. Focus on the breath, the inhalation, the exchange, the exhalation. Should the mind wander, which it will, just simply bring it back to the breath. So I can remember the first times, like, you'd hear a noise, you're thinking about the noise, you'd smell a smell. I smell that, oh, that smells like my grandma's pie. Now I'm all of a sudden in my grandma's kitchen thinking about eating a piece of pie, and then I realize I'm way over here. I just come back, and that's what meditation is. Just coming back. And I think people really make that, they hear that word and it means something way bigger, like way more, like not the opposite of what it should make them feel, right? Meditation is such a wonderful thing, but to think you're going to be any better at that on the first day than you would be at CrossFit or martial arts or running. Do you have any experience with that? Or, like, how would you draw that for those people that have heard about it, think about it, but to just say, hey, you should really try it?